Hello guys, how are you doing? How are you holding up? By the time you see this, May will be in the books. We'll be into June and has 2024 been going fast. It's been definitely eventful and interesting. I'm going to call this How Women's Liberation Ruined American Society Part 2. I'm going to look at the numbers and back up what I was saying. Now, I got a little bit of pushback, only one person. So let's look at why that person is wrong. Alright, on January 4th, 1739, Elizabeth Timothy became the first woman to run a publishing company for a newspaper in the colonies, South Carolina, respectively. She did this in 1739 at a time when women rarely left the home without their husband's permission. Now, college graduates before women's liberation nonsense. Catherine Elizabeth Benson Broward was the first woman in recorded history to graduate from a college here in America. She graduated from what we now know as Westland College in Macon, Georgia. That was on July 16th, 1849. Now, actually, I was 43, sorry. 1843. In 1849, Elizabeth Blackwell got her medical degree in Yale School of Medicine, as did her sister, Emily. Now, 1869, Arabella Mansfield became the first woman to become a lawyer in America. And yes, sister, she did take her bar exam and passed it. Now, in 1862, Mary Jane Patterson became the first black woman on records to receive a bachelor in 12 years in education. She went on to teach in Pennsylvania till she retired. Now, in 1920s, women got the right to vote for what good it does because of Susan B. Anthony. Now, this equal rights thing is absolutely ludicrous. Yes, it's in the Constitution. I think it's the 16th Amendment that guarantees the women the right to receive equal pay, but doesn't guarantee them the right to get it, just to be offered it. Because according to Forbes, women, let's take an accountant. You take a woman accountant and a man accountant to do the same job, the same qualifications. The woman will make 84 cents for every dollar a man makes. In 1949, the IRS only collected approximately $70 billion in revenue. In 1980, after the equal rights nonsense went into the Constitution, they collected $1.3 trillion. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but that's one hell of a jump. Okay? That's huge jump in a 20-year span. Now, why are these years important? Between 1949 and 1970, most of the workforce were men, the majority. Now, there were still women in the workforce in the 1950s, and some of them after World War II chose to stay in the workforce. Post-World War II and pre-Women's Liberation, Rockefeller insanity. Now, like I said, the Equal Rights Amendment gives women the right to be offered equal pay. Doesn't guarantee it. In 1959, there was roughly 6,742 women in state prisons. 882 in federal prisons. 20 years later, there was 10,679 in state prisons and 1,326 in federal prisons. Now that is and there's approximately 190,600 women in prison as of Monday, as of the 25th of this year. Now that is important for a simple reason. The only equality women got, women's liberation garbage, was the right to be taxed and the right to be imprisoned. That's it. That is all it did. Now, this person also gave me pushback about whether young girls are taught in school that they can be homemakers. Well, in the 1990s, in 1991, I graduated. I had to take home ec in junior high and 8th grade. Then in 10th grade, I took home ec in child development. Some point between then and 2001, home ec was just phased out altogether. And I really don't think it was ever even considered to encourage girls. Say, you know what? You can go to college, but you don't have to. Now, the curriculum in America moved toward a college-based curriculum, getting students to go to college, to get college student loan debts. So they would then be in servitude to a clock the rest of their lives until they pay the student loans off and reach retirement age. Whichever one came first. Now, schools did not offer any alternatives. None. So, with that said, part 3 is going to be how to undo the nonsense on women's liberation and the Rockefellers. I will see you guys later. Hey guys, how you doing? I forgot a part of this. One of the things this person said to me was, without women's liberation, I would not be doing these videos. I would be stuck doing chores and popping out kids. Well, that's not true. As I said, first part of this video, Elizabeth Timothy was first woman to run a publishing for newspapers in the colonies in 1739. And women have been in the mass media in front of a camera since the 1920s. Actually, they were on radio. Betty White was one of the first women to ever be in radio. So, that's that.